who should listen to this book. This book is for and about people who do not have titles, like supervisor, manager, executive, chief, head, director, captain, boss, and the like, or some formal authority over other people. It's intended for frontline workers, new hires, individual contributors, salespeople, analysts, researchers, consultants, professionals, community activists, volunteers, project leads, scientists, engineers, administrators, artists, athletes, attorneys, programmers, coaches, teachers, parents, and all the others who lead without the benefit of hierarchical position or rank. The book aims to help people, no matter their role, strengthen their capacity to make extraordinary things happen. We also wrote this book to uplift your spirits. We will show you how you can be effective at leading without any formal authority. Leadership matters from wherever you do it. We have learned from our research, which is discussed in each chapter, that people who aren't managers or executives are far more capable of developing themselves as leaders and exercising leadership than tradition or myth has ever assumed possible. Managers, executives, and leadership developers will benefit as well from listening to this book. They will find here example after example of people who have made extraordinary things happen without having the advantage of title or positional power. We hope that it will reinforce the need for them to provide leadership development opportunities to everyone in their organization, and much sooner in people's careers than they typically do. We know that the best leaders are the best learners, and learning leadership is begun before people join the workforce or take on formal or official organizational responsibilities. As you will hear from the scores of examples in this book, the principles apply regardless of the nature of your organization, and they are not dependent upon any particular demographic characteristic, for example, age, gender, ethnicity, function, nationality, etc., or personality variable. The focus is on the behaviors and actions of what people do when they are exercising exemplary leadership. Research-based practices. The principles and practices described in Everyday People, Extraordinary Leadership are based solidly on quantitative and qualitative research. The book has its origins in a study we began in 1983. We wanted to know what people did when they were at their personal best in leading others. People see their individual leadership standards of excellence in these experiences. We started with the assumption that to discover best practices, we didn't have to interview and survey star performers, select celebrities, or people at the top. Instead, we assumed that by asking people at all levels and across a broad array of organizational settings to describe extraordinary experiences, we would be able to find and identify patterns of success. And we did. The results of our initial investigation, and of the ongoing research we have conducted for nearly 4 decades, have been striking in their consistency and are a refutation of many leader stereotypes. People frequently assume, for example, that leadership is different from one type of organization or culture to the next. Nothing could be further from the truth. While each setting may look different from the outside, we find that what leaders do when they are at their best is quite similar. This pattern of behavior varies little across locations and circumstances. It's true enough that the context keeps evolving, and the landscape of workplaces, communities, and countries has shifted over time, but leadership remains an understandable and generalizable process. While each leader is a unique individual, there are shared patterns to the practice of leadership. In each chapter of this book, you will find empirical evidence that shows the positive difference leaders without titles make across a wide spectrum of settings. You can find out more about how we conducted the research for this book in the appendix. Details about the research methodology, including the psychometric